Welcome
Wham.
to another episode of the Popko Project Podcast. Today I'm joined by Atari and Mari. How's it going?
Great.
Going good, going
Sound the
good.
sound the alarms.
Yes, we've
Yeah,
been
man.
captured on camera.
You're
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
computer.
It's like Bigfoot.
Well, I am super excited about this. I have been meaning to kind of get you guys on here well before this. I played your music on my radio show.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
We always appreciate it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. It's good stuff. You just released a new single. And we're here to talk about some big news, and that is the CD. Is it? We don't want to say CD. Are you guys doing CDs?
We
Oh, we
are
sure
doing
are.
CDs. I actually I have one.
Yes.
I
Oh,
have the
hell yeah.
case right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no.
You guys are ready. All right,
Yep.
we'll call it an album release party. But back in my day, coming through the scene, coming up through the, back in '03, they were called CD release parties because everyone had CDs. Now we'll call it album because people do vinyl, people do CDs, people don't even do those things. They just do the streaming, but that's fine too.
hmm
So
Oh yeah.
album release party or show rather, and that is September 12th at Voodoo Brewing in Scranton, and we'll get into all that as well. But I'm excited to have you guys,
Yeah, thanks so much for
Good
having
to
us
be
on.
here.
and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
came you came dressed the part too. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I hope they know this is video. I hope they know that we gotta represent.
We had a bit of an inkling. We were like, okay,
All right.
Yeah,
well,
we figured it out.
Yeah, because like I said, I saw you on any PA Scene podcast. I've seen you guys on, I believe it was PA Live.
mhm.
I've never had the pleasure of seeing you guys perform live, which we're going to change that. Maybe we'll change it on the 12th of this month.
Oh yeah.
But before we get into all that stuff, now your bio says that you guys have been creating together for 10 years or over a decade, across film and music. How did the creative partnership begin?
Um, I remember us being in high school, and we uh, we both liked a lot of the same music, and Gorilla's third album had just came out, and we were kind of listening
Uh,
to it. He had some of the songs I hadn't heard yet because I still
hmm
wasn't in the we didn't have streaming yet, so he had to like
I
buy the
had a
whole thing.
computer just stuffed with stuff on iTunes, so
oh yeah.
Mari took great advantage of that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And yeah, we became friends because he had a brother he wanted to show had he wanted to show me like a sitcom he was doing in college, and I asked him, I was like, "Is it funnier than Arrested Development?" He was like, "Nothing is funnier than Arrested Development." And so we started making stuff, skits and little things like that. We tried a couple bands and stuff when we were in high school, and we kind of wood shopped it mostly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. We also briefly lived together for a time in high school, and so through that, we just explored a bunch more creative opportunities and saw what we wanted to do. And throughout bands and all that stuff, the one constant was us two. So it eventually came down to like, why do we need really anything else to write a good song if we've got the tools in front of us? So
There you
we
go.
started doing this.
So you started as like the film stuff, right?
hmm
Yeah, to a degree. We actually, this is going to be a scavenger hunt for anybody that listens. We have a full film we made when we were kids. It is,
Film.
yeah, I will call it. I'm
I
sticking
mean,
to it.
it's a film. It's a film.
And funnily enough, it is called Phantoms. The song Phantoms, you've played it a couple times on the airwaves. That song actually was mostly finished in the time we released that movie. We just didn't get it onto the actual movie itself in time because we had some recording issues back then. But we what was that?
My
We
cat just like jumped up my chair. She doesn't normally do that. That was scary.
but yeah, Phantoms actually came from that movie. It was almost like 10 years before we actually put out the first album. So we've been making stuff for a long time. You give a couple kids camera, what are they gonna do? But try and make art.
And that tells you my dad has often said his favorite song on the first album is Phantoms, and he's not sure if it's because it's just a great song or if it's because he's seen the movie and the song is so much better than the movie that it's like impressive.
I wish cameras were as good. Well, I should be careful when I say this because I'm thankful that there weren't good cameras and cell phone cameras when I was like early 20s because I don't I don't want any of that captured. But but I
Understandable.
remember growing up and creating skits. We'd be at like a friend's house and like we would be reporting the news and it was a lot of fun. But the quality was terrible. The acting was probably worse, and it was funny. The one time we were doing it, and a car actually crashed right outside of his house. So we were like live action reporters back in like back in like
Jeez.
95 maybe.
Oh wow.
But
Right on the scene.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
live from Sweet Valley.
Breaking.
So what inspired the transition to music?
I've always, well, we both have been into music for a really long time, but for me, it was like something that really took me. It's always been music, really. Atari is also like a very good filmmaker. He's been working on a lot of really cool ideas and stuff. But for me, I like to keep it really simple, and I just like music. So, um, yeah, we were working at the same place one day, and he started making really cool instrumentals, and I just found the songwriting process a lot easier with those instrumentals. And we carved together the first album in like I think it was like a couple of months, and it was the most seamless I've ever made music before. So we were excited, and we put it out first before even announcing we were a group. So that was fun. We were like, hey, we're here, and then like a week later we put out the album. That was Standing on the Verge of Getting
Yep.
Worse, 2023.
And that was kind of born in COVID, right?
To a degree, a lot of the
Somewhat, I would
writing
say.
towards the beginning of the album process, yeah, but by the time we started actually having the songs in full, COVID kind of had released already. A lot of it is a reaction to COVID, at least writing wise. How I wrote a lot of those songs was kind of getting that frustration out a little bit, but mostly it was after. We didn't have like masks or anything besides,
Different kind of masks.
yep.
Yeah. These don't defend much from COVID,
I was gonna say that
unfortunately.
that's not
Yeah,
gonna
they're not antibacterial. We should work on that, but in case someone
We'll get
coughs
there.
right into my eye or something.
well, you said kids cough in your mouth, so if you had a mask for your mouth, that would be
Yeah, right. No, yeah, just to prevent.
um the name Atari Mari and your triangular masks. It brings a playful, surreal flair. How do these visuals like these elements tie into your storytelling or stage presence or who you guys are as a group?
It's fun. It's hooky. It's very punchy, and you weirdly know exactly what you're getting once you see us play. But like a lot of the symbology, especially how we've made the symbols out of these for our logos and stuff, still has an air of mystery that's kind of cool that we really enjoy playing with. It looks almost intimidating.
Yeah,
Um,
I think like what is interesting about it is we're both very, as well as musically driven, visually driven people, with very simpatico, feelings on style. Uh and so we wanted like our appreciation and our love for that to be represented in this without going full hog and being like a virtual band. That wasn't really what though we do like quite a few acts like that, that really what we were aiming to do. Um, and so I think we tried to find a good middle ground of like really putting emphasis on the visuals. I think we make visuals for a lot more of our songs than I think a lot of acts end up doing. And having worked on these visualizers and lyric videos, I understand why that is. Um, It's a
But
lot.
it's
I don't
fun.
sleep as much as I should.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, we just want to sort of give a very full presentation of who we are, not just the music, but also the visuals.
You guys are artists. You're
We
true
try to be.
artists.
Born
No,
and raised.
and I know I love that too because, we're living in a time where, every idiot, hi, I'm one of them, has a podcast. And music is so easily recorded these days. You can put it on the streaming services. Like you need some kind of like something to kind of set yourselves apart from everyone else, right? And I think
Oh
this
yeah,
kind of
of course.
kind of helps.
Yeah, we it's the one time we like to sort of stick out in a crowd. A lot of times I think we're fine with blending into the background with the people that we came into an area with, but like this is the one time where it's like, no, look at us.
Yeah,
So it's nice.
It's
artists,
a lot of fun.
performers.
It's got a bit of yeah, surreal flair to it, and we enjoy that a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Mhm.
So, back to music. The tunes are strong. We should have a pretty strong appearance as well, I think.
Hell yeah. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
And your music blends influences like Fatboy Slim, Daft Punk, Prince, and even some hip hop like Wu-Tang. How do you weave these styles together into your signature dark pop sound?
Um, it really just has to do with vibe, I think. I think that Atari is really good at finding these moods, and trying to complement them with different ideas, especially like when it comes to like drum breaks. Drum breaks are always fun, but trying to find the right one. If like a song is kind of moody, you want to have a drum break that hits really hard so that the drums kind of take it the extra mile. It's mainly just stuff we liked hearing, but rejumbled. Discovery from Daft Punk, their second album, has like this weaving of like different samples and stuff that make it a totally different song out of all these different things. Like you wouldn't know that they were sampling Electric Light Orchestra on the song Face to Face without you knowing because they have like 20,000 other samples in that song that every note is a different song being added to a discussion almost. And we like to do that too, to a degree. Although with less clearing issues, because samples are a tricky subject. So a lot of times we'll find a sample we like, and maybe we'll like come up with a similar vibe, or replace it with like a guitar part that sounds like, you know, not like it, but definitely of the same mood and atmosphere, kind of. It really depends, but it's a
Yeah.
fun process. I'll tell you what.
And I think Mari's writing, lyrical writing, uh, also really highlights like sort of where how our influences lie within our work. Like I can make a decent sounding instrumental, but it's not until he like gets his hands on it that it really like shines, and I'm like, oh, this is like sort of, and I can see the pieces of like, oh, it's like this, it's like this, it's like this, but it's not so much like any of these things that we're we're trying to copy somebody. It's just those are our influences, and it's just neat.
Yeah. And as far as lyrical content is considered, what do some of those look like?
I like to write about characters often. I got that from a songwriting muse of mine was Damon Albarn, who's part of the band Blur. He also made Gorillaz, which we've been compared to a lot. And we love both those acts. I think Damon Albarn in the '90s was really good at expressing how he felt about his the country he lived in and the times at hand through these characters. I mean, he had a character where it's a social worker. He worked all the way to retirement. He finds emptiness and he just goes crazy. He just decides to run on the beach naked and continue on with his life in that fashion. Um, in my case, I try to bring that into play. But in this case, it's more like the villain song as opposed to maybe more down to earth points of view. It really depends on what I'm writing about, but I do love character songs a lot. They're interesting.
Mhm.
Do
Yeah.
you write about, personal things at all or
That too. I think it's a lot of it's a lot of blending me and characters and trying to like kind of blur it in a way that it can be anyone at the same time. But songs like we have a song called "The Sun Will Rise Again," and it has a sister song, the next song, "The Moon Is Still There." Though those are kind of just writing from my perspective a little more and kind of critiquing times a little more straightforward in that case. A lot of times I will just kind of cut through the kind of theater of it and maybe put out a song where I feel like I just want to say what I want to say. But I do find the theatrical a lot more fun
Mhm.
because you're not trying to like explicitly interrogate how you feel
Right.
Yeah.
outright, you know.
I can't write music. I could never write a song, and if I had to try, it would definitely have to be um, experiences I've gone through, and I'd probably have to be a very sad person because how you write about happy stuff, right? Like I'm so happy, like my life's perfect and great, blah blah blah. Like, that's not fun, right? That's not relatable. We're all miserable,
Yeah.
right? We're all
Yeah.
miserable. But so
Yeah,
I
especially these days.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
I like the fact that like you're able to kind of create these you know I guess we'll call them fictional things.
It's fun. I even pull as far as like metal is fun, like classic metal. I'm not really up and up on the new stuff too much. Nothing against it. I just haven't had the time. But like Black Sabbath and Dio and stuff like that. That you if you want a master class in painting a picture, you just listen to any one of their songs and like there's a lot. It's like you know, especially Dio. It's like one of those like really like fantasy paintings, but in
Oh
song
yeah.
form. Yeah, we used to play Rainbow in the Dark on Rock Band 3 a lot when we lived together. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and now I sold my keyboard controller and I'm still mad about it. I can't find another one.
A keyboard controller for Rock Band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rock
Rock
Band
Band
3.
3.
It
Oh
had
yeah,
keyboards in that one. It's pretty cool.
And then they abandoned that forever.
fools, fools.
I'm mad. Rock Band 4 was okay, but
I don't know if I got into I got into the Guitar Hero stuff, but I don't think Rock Band. I don't think.
Guitar Hero is awesome because I'm not good at I'm really good at guitar. I can't play Guitar Hero. I'm terrible at Guitar Hero.
as
But
as is often the case.
if you wanted to understand why certain songs in like the rock canon, for lack of a better term, are what they are, Guitar Hero is really good at showing you that. Like I found like a whole new love for Weezer just off of My Name Is Jonas being on Guitar Hero 3. I was like, there's like a harmonica solo and a solo and a acoustic guitar and an electric guitar doing like power chords and it sounds all like one song. I was like, whoa. Paint It Black becomes a seance. Like it's crazy. I highly recommend like playing Guitar Hero again as an adult. It's a pretty good time.
I think I was
And it's
20.
worth diving into.
I think I was 25 when I first played Guitar Hero,
Awesome.
and I had like a year of my life where I played it a lot. When I met my girlfriend, we'd spend Friday nights playing Guitar Hero. It was a lot of fun, but I don't think I was that good at it. And I
I
can't think.
like I said, man, I can't. I love playing it. I'll play it on easy. What are you gonna do?
I thought I was good at it, and recently I played it in Dave and Buster's, and apparently I suck ass at it.
I learned a lot of good music from that, though.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
At least
Block
Oh yeah.
Party. I found them out through Guitar Hero 3. And they're great.
the names of
I
bands. I never knew like names of bands or songs like a lot. So I was
I
able to
have
like learn that.
a bit of homework for you. If you ever get your hands on Guitar Hero again, tape down the whammy bar. You won't lose, but it'll be funny.
Take down whammy bar.
Hmm. It makes the long notes the wrong note, but you hit it correctly, so it counts as
Okay.
the right note. It's really funny. Slow Ride by Foghat is really funny to play
Okay.
with the whammy bar tape down.
Yeah, I feel like the Guitar Hero set me up for my time now working at Rock 107.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Practical
Really
skills.
cool. Oh yeah.
NEPA seen an article described your sound as the sound of a carnival on fire.
I
I'm
What
so
does
glad he ran with that.
what does that vivid description mean to you?
Um, well, I had a good hand in describing that, so I believe that that just shows that uh, sort of the imagery of that, like a carnival on fire, like what would that be like? What would that sound like? I think that's a good descriptor of sort of how we try to find some sense in the chaos and a vision and a visual to like assign to what is auditory, like noises and all of the music we produce. So I thought that was fitting. Also, I'm a crazy person, so at carnival is probably where I belong.
It's yeah, it's also kind of the visual is interesting because carnival is like where people go to have fun. There's a bunch of sights to see and all that, but if it's on fire, then it's kind of like collapsed, so it feels a little modern in terms
Yeah.
of like the symbolism. Eek,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
imagine when a carnival's on fire, people are just running with their arms waving around to
yeah,
get out of it.
that's what some of our shows look like, so it fits.
yeah,
All right.
pretty cool.
We talked a little about the first album, Standing on the Verge of Getting Worse, and you kind of said you just released that, right?
Hmm.
You just kind of just
Yeah.
put it
Really
out
not
there.
much preamble. We said we were going to release it. We had just made the socials and we're like, you may fire when ready. And we did.
And how was that received? Like how did that go?
People really
Very
liked it.
well. Yeah,
That
no,
was
people have been
it was
incredibly
fun.
kind about it.
Yeah. I
And
remember when we were about to release it, I sent it to a couple of friends, and I remember the one our friend Mike, he actually played guitar for us for a little bit too, just on the first couple shows. And he when he first listened to it, he was expecting like an instrumental or like a beat album. He was like, "Dude, you didn't tell me it was gonna be like an album, you know?" So a bunch of expletives. I was like, "Oh, cool." You know?
Yeah, no, people have been my family, especially like my oldest brother. He when I first started posting about our project, he didn't realize that this was a group I was in. He thought it was just somebody I was doing like client work for. And then he listened to it and he listened to the whole album and he like really loved it and he even like mentioned specific things. So I'm like, no, he's not bullshitting me. He really did get into this.
He actually
Um,
listened.
yeah,
It's
and
pretty
our
cool.
family, our friends, they've all been really great and really receptive. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
it's really amazing.
We're in a couple personal playlists. At least that's what Spotify itself tells me, and that's a huge honor.
Yeah, that's a weird space, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get
Oh
on
yeah.
playlists, and I have no idea how any of that works.
Yeah, I get
Yeah, we
worried that like
we
we're on there
barely
with some
know.
weird stuff, but I'm not gonna think about it, question it. You like our song.
Yeah, who
We
cares?
appreciate it. Thank you.
Get the streams.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh
better
yeah.
than that AI crap that just I've gotten like just in shuffle mode, just random like AI songs, and I can tell what it is because that Suno, like stuff written with Suno is just so identifiable. Um, and I'm just listening to it. I'm like, who is this artist? And you go, and every song sounds like a completely different person, and like they're all exactly like 2 minutes. It's so weird the state
It's
of
very odd.
like streaming music.
That's got to be weird, right? Does that make you angry to a degree? Like that the space is being cluttered with
Um
like I mean I've seen
it
bands that like have millions of like followers and streams and they're
I
not even good.
think
Yeah,
it
I
makes me a little more confused than anything because I
I would
feel
say
like
like a little like upset at times, but also I think it's this snake eating its own tail type thing where
yeah,
like those views might be AI, like that might just be
Yeah.
bots that are just programmed to
it
drive
just
up view
feels kind of
counts. Like
like
it's so artificial. It's so weird.
it just seems like a man-made island that's like not suitable to live on. So they made it, and it's gonna just sink into the ocean. And you're just kind of like, why'd you do it? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like there's so much like good music just in general anywhere. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like a person with talent, you can find plenty of people with talent. Um, Even I don't know. I don't understand it fully, but there's music everywhere. People are making music. Art is for the people. Why are we doing using it for this? We should use robots for stuff that we shouldn't be doing as human beings. Yeah.
Yeah, robots should do laundry, not make art.
Yes. When is that going to happen? When can we
Well,
get
we
that?
skipped right past that. We went past the Jetsons and we're just like, what if a robot made the Jetsons? It's like, oh, looks like crap, apparently.
Yeah, that would be amazing if they can find a way to do laundry, fold laundry, and put laundry away.
That's the
That's what it
future I
should
want
be
to live
doing.
in. Yeah.
Well, I can't even like even like if when I go to on my Google app, it kind of like shows you what's it do? Like if I hit Google, it has like pre-populated stuff like below the search bar. And like the first one I go to is a trailer for this is for San Andreas 2. This might be real. I don't know. But a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing is like The Hangover Part 4 or whatever. And it's all the same. Like if you hit play, it starts like the visuals are cool, but the overdub voice is all the same, like robotic sounding. So
Mhm.
you immediately know it's fake, but it's like, why am I being delivered all of these fake trailers for these movies that don't exist?
I feel like it's interesting because it's like trying to get your attention. Because immediately the first thing I thought when you said San Andreas 2 was there's San Andreas 2? And it's like, then I go and click on it, and now I don't know how the clicks work. I don't really know how they get money out of that, but they're getting it when I have that like moment. Because I would love to see San Andreas 2 first one. But I don't know. I think it's Silicon Valley doing what it's designed to do, you know,
And maybe
this
it's
whole
seeing how
AI
many
stuff.
people are interested in or are clicking on to see they should make it or not for real.
That too it could just be survey, but like it's implied consent, kind of deal.
Yeah, it's kind of bypassing like focus groups from the old days. Like, just why pay people if you could
Yeah.
just do it for free?
To steal all of our data. We are the most valuable thing in the world as human beings, and we just give all of our info away.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the human mind is like pretty infinitely renewable in terms of ideas and consciousness, give or take, brain health itself. It's like the brain can generate infinite possibilities, and, computers can't really do that necessarily. They kind of need information to be input to do the thing they do. So it's kind of like, it's they just want our ideas, and normally you would have to get paid for a really good idea, but they can kind of try and dupe you into giving up some of your good ideas without you realizing.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I make sure I look for exactly what I'm looking for and
yeah,
nothing more.
very strategic. It's
Yeah.
scary. I don't know if you saw the news story about how I believe it was Chat GPT helped uh, a young person
Mm,
kill themselves.
yeah. Yeah. I
That's
did see that.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
not
messed
great.
up.
That's
There's
so
that. There's
crazy.
I saw a friend of mine at my Bruce Wayne normal job. Yeah, right. He told me that some family in Puerto Rico named their kid Chat GPT, and I'm like,
Oh
wow,
my God.
we're the singularity is coming, man. I'm all right. Let's see what happens. I'm
That
gonna
kid's
approach
going to
it.
be so smart.
I mean, they made a movie about this, and it didn't end well. You know, so I guess we'll see what happens.
I will
And
move
no
like
one ever
water. We'll see.
listens.
I don't know. We won't figure it out today. That's for sure.
No, we're not equipped.
I'm not smart enough. If I was if I was smart enough, I'd have 2 billion views on all my podcasts because I'd have some kind of bot to put it out there and create fake views and
Get a million of those drinking birds that keep bobbing up and down and have them on the clicker. And that's as far as my ideas go.
it's not
So,
bad.
well,
It's not bad.
it's
It's
quick.
my
I'll
strategy to
just get
clock out of
mowing.
work after like a while after I leave. Just set it to go off on a timer, one of those birds, just like in an hour. Just clock me out.
I forget who I was talking to about stuff like this, and like I wish they would create like drones to like pick up dog poop.
Good
That's gotta
idea.
happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be useful.
That or like well, people are mean to robots when they set them free, but like one of those giant or robots that have the googly eyes on them that patrol and scan stuff, but it just picks up dog poop and
Yeah.
stuff. Be cool.
Just smears it across the sidewalk.
Drops it in your neighbor's yard.
Now
See, that'd
that's
be
extra.
perfect. People
Yeah, you have to
people would
pay extra
actually
for that.
fund it if that happened.
Yeah.
If something's too good of an idea, then that it'll never happen because it just makes too much sense.
Yeah,
And that's, I remember when I didn't have a dog, this is years and years ago, and I'd find dog poop in my yard. I'm like, I don't have a fucking dog. Why is there dog shit in my yard?
yeah.
It made me so angry. That's a good prank.
Got it. It's infinite.
When you
It's
Good
always the
revenge.
same exact spot for some reason.
there's a show on, I believe, Amazon Prime. It's called Upload, which is all about AI and uploading your body to like a resort when you die, and then you can.
Okay.
It's really a good show, but it's
I think
also
I've
kind
seen
of
ads for that.
it's also freaky. I remember when I saw what's the movie called? It's from 2003 with uh, Tom. Tom, what's his name? Jesus, I'm really drawing a blank here. Who's a famous actor named Tom?
Cruise,
Tom
Tom
I
Cruise.
Cruise.
think.
Yes, Tom Cruise. What was it called? That movie, 2003. Oh,
I keep
shit.
thinking of Minority Report, but it's
That's it.
not
That's the
that.
one.
Oh,
That's the
Might
is
be
it
one.
Minority
Minority Report?
Report.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Where like so this was at '03, I think it was, maybe '02. But they're like they have these big screens in front of them and they're like just swiping stuff away. And this is before like the iPhone
Hmm.
was even uh a thing. I mean, I remember watching like this is the future. This is gonna happen. And sure as shit. That's all we do
Yeah,
now is just swipe shit away.
Yeah,
yeah. I
no,
feel
pretty
like
much.
I feel like 2001: A Space Odyssey, the monolith. I feel like that's like the big predictor, and then we just slowly kind of got towards where we are now with that. But it's a giant, it's a rectangle, and it reflects you, you know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that we are all cyborgs now and stuff. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I thought it'd be cooler, but here we are.
Yeah, I thought we had flying cars, but instead we're having
I don't know, man. Have you driven down 80? It's a flying car.
a
I
flying
mean,
car, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. People can barely drive on land cars.
I You're absolutely right.
I want the flying cars, but I don't trust anybody to drive them.
Well, I mean, the fact that we have these self-driving cars now, like my an old boss of mine actually sent me a video tonight. They're in Arizona. I don't know if it's like one of those, is it Waymo?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I don't know if that's what they're in, but yeah, they're took a video of them riding in a car, like with no
Just
driver,
driving itself.
driving
That's
itself.
so scary.
Crazy.
That's
Don't like it.
horrifying.
Don't trust it.
I know Stephen King is not excited about that at all.
I
Although
tried to warn you guys.
Is that Stephen King?
That's what he sounds like
It's
now.
David Lynch. Stephen King and David Lynch sound the same.
A David Lynch Stephen King movie would have gone. That would have been absolutely batshit.
Yeah.
Your latest single, Check Out Anytime You Like. It serves as the standout for your new album, The House Always Wins. You said it's about getting lost in the sauce.
Hmm.
Can you elaborate on that?
Um,
Well, there it is, the album.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting lost in the sauce is, I guess, the best way of putting it. It's one of my more straightforward tunes. We wrote it together, but a lot of the verses I really tackled head on. It was just mostly it's just about a relationship going sour, but it's the songs from the perspective of the person who's in the wrong in this case. And you'll see as when the album comes out that there's a lot of transpiring events and things that lead up to the situation that they're in. But you know, the person who the point of view is from is choosing themselves in a situation where they might have been better off thinking about someone else other than themselves. And yeah, we tried to make it catchy and fun, at least sonically, because it is a little sad, but um yeah, check out anytime you like. Feels like a pretty mean thing to say to somebody who's kind of standing by you.
Hmm.
So I
Mm.
figured we wanted to tackle that kind of angle of the kind of gambling, cyclical nature of, you know, that kind of behavior when it gets, compulsory as opposed to fun. Um, which is a really, yeah. It's luckily it's catchy too,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think this is a good example of something that we really sort of developed in tandem. Because I remember I had an original draft of the song where I did a vocal demo just for Mari to hear, and instantly he fell in love with that hook, that central hook in the chorus. Um, and the verses were not what they are now. He really knocked it out of the park with that, and like sort of brought home this little idea that I had in that initial version. And I think that's what's cool about this album overall is we really sort of throughout every song we kind of did a lot more of that, where it's like a little bit of like input here, input there. Like even it's always been that way with the music side of it, but even the lyrics, I think, were very much a part of both of us this time around, and I think that's
yeah.
really cool.
There's a lot more democratic of a process, and we were able to give each other insights on what we felt the song could have going on lyrically at certain points. I'm not feeling so strongly on this part is something we could word a little better. It was a lot more democratic this time around. It's pretty cool, and I think check out anytime you like. It's kind of the crown jewel of that. We do love the other 9 songs, but that one we chose the lead single because it's catchy. It's a real fun number, but also it's pretty much both of us writing and composing together, and we're very happy with the results.
Yeah.
I'd imagine as a team, or even as a, if you had a full band, like that's kind of like the cool part about having a group is to kind of bounce those ideas off each other. And um, if you have a part that sounds really cool, and then Atari is like, oh yeah, that's cool, but like, what if we did this on top of that? And just kind of like that collaboration is just really, I think, important at times.
Absolutely, it's good. I think communication, it's a form of communication. I think communication is necessary through pretty much anything that you do with another person or
Hmm.
multiple people. It's good. It's fun, and I think collaboration is the most fun form of communication. Most of the times, provided that everyone's coming with their full full hand instead of like hiding stuff or whatever.
Yeah, or at least being able to take constructive criticism too, because that's a big
Mhm.
issue these days. We're so divided. Like, if someone says something like quote unquote negative, they take offense to it and they immediately jump to the defense.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, just be a person that's able to like take that criticism and be like, yeah, you're right. That might work. Let's try that at least.
At least
Yeah.
it's worth considering. Like
Yeah,
the consideration goes a far way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crucial to creating really great art. Like I think there's a lot of people on this earth who can create just amazing masterpieces all by themselves. And if anything, maybe they should just be by themselves when they're making the art because it speaks for itself. And then, but what I think it is for most people is they can get like 95% of the way there on their own, and they need like just one extra person to look at it and go cut this out, put this over here, like just like I think that's where most people's like ability to create a masterpiece like sits is it's like you can get most of the way there, and then like through collaboration or just a second set of eyes you go the full monty and you get the rest of the way. And I think that's where we operate. I think there's plenty of times where I come to Mari with a song idea and I'm like, here's a part of the song where it sucks. And he goes, but what if we cut out the part of the song where it sucks? And I say, I don't know if that's right, but I'll believe you. And then he's right.
Well, it's not a good lead. It's not a good lead. Like this part sucks. Well, yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
All right, let's see what that means. Let's parse that out. Lots
Yeah.
of
I
lot of
just I
game.
just blew up a vacuum cleaner by putting sand in it.
Yeah. A lot of game left to be played here. Let's see what we do.
Now, was the first album self-produced?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Okay, and
yeah.
this new album, I think, was recorded at Encore Studios.
Yeah, we had a bit of input from Dan Dearborn. It still is mainly self-produced. because we definitely have a very specific type of sound we're going for. And honestly, between you and I, the instrumentals were pretty much perfect out the gate. So there wasn't a lot to do outside of vocal arrangement, which I like to handle mostly by myself on that one, being the singer and all. But I got some pretty good insights from the people at Encore. And honestly, the facility is super nice. The room I recorded vocals in was like soundless. It was really cool. They had a really quality mic. So we greatly appreciate them letting us use the facility there. And it's, yeah, it's great. We
We
hope to go back soon.
we actually have a little Easter egg for Dan at Encore. Uh, we on album 2 on
Don't
the
show
ins
it. Hold on. Don't show it. Don't show it. You have to
don't show it.
find him. Yeah, you have to
Okay, I won't
find
say where he
Dearborn.
is. I won't say where he is. But we do have this little mural on the inside. And we'll also be doing a vinyl release where you'll get to see this in a bit more of its full glory, with tons of little cameos and little Easter eggs. So that should be very fun for everybody to
Yeah.
take a look at.
That's really cool. Talk about that. I mean, you don't see. Well, I shouldn't say this because it's not fair. I haven't really picked up a CD in a long time. There's reasons for that. Financial reasons. I was one of those guys that would go to the record store and I would go there with no intention of like buying anything specifically, but I would walk out with random stuff that I would just take home and listen to, like either used stuff or I like the album art.
Yep.
And then I had
Mhm.
a son and realized that was financially irresponsible, so I stopped doing that. What I'm getting at is like
Understandable.
having that like that art. Like, how important was it to you to have all that in there? 'Cause that's really cool.
Pretty important just because we do like to see like really cool stuff in general. So we're basically just like, hey, let's make some cool stuff so that people can see cool stuff.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of the visual aspects when it comes to the packaging. First album was a little bit of me. I at least drew a lot of the cover on the first one, but this one is very much Atari, just like putting together like this full mural. And in terms of importance, it definitely helped me to help like writing the songs and getting a better idea of which songs go in which order and kind of getting accustomed to this sonic landscape we're going to be going through on this album specifically. And it looks
Yeah.
really cool. Let me reiterate, it
I
looks really
and
cool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
I was just gonna say real quick. I think too it was important for the overall story of this one. Our first album was a little bit of a concept album. This one is more of a concept album. So to really have to drive it all home, it felt like it needed those touches.
I like that that thought process of it being a concept album, but also just kind of like, how do I want to say this? I always find it cool when people record songs and they put them strategically on an album so that you listen to it from song 1 to song 10, like on purpose, because like that's
Yeah,
how
Oh yeah.
albums used to be, like kind of arranged.
yeah,
I think it's kind of I don't know if it's a lost art outright because I listen to a couple really great front to back albums a year still. But it was very important, and I guess it always will be very important to both of us that an album, if you wanted to listen to it as you bought a CD, this is the product. It is front to back a statement, whatever you want to call it. I was very happy with album one because the song seemed to, when I got the order of the album correct, it flowed very well. Um, and it was equally important on this one since it's a little more conceptual to get those songs in the proper order as well. But like nothing beats a perfectly sequenced album, especially if you want to listen to something, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and take you on a journey, man.
yeah. And that's always what we're trying to do.
that's awesome. I love that. Let's talk about the album release party show. I don't know, I could be calling it party. That's again
It's
that's an old term that used to happen back in the day.
I know
well,
with
we
voodoo
want
it
it to
can
be a bit of a party, so
Yeah, well,
with
of course,
voodoo.
it's a party. It's really show. It's again, it's at Voodoo Brewing in Scranton, September 12th. I read that you're playing both albums in full.
yep,
Hmm. Oh yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, there are actually some songs off the first album we haven't actually played live yet, so
Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun to do. One thing that goes through my brain isn't necessarily learning all the songs for the second album like we've been doing. It's more so the opener of the first album is normally what we close with, and we're probably going to open with it this time, like the album. So that's going to be weird to not have to
yeah,
do.
it should be an interesting experience.
Are you gonna play it like front start to finish, like each album?
That that's
Yes,
that's
we
what we're
we're
currently planning. Yeah,
yeah, which we're gonna go for the full thing. We'll see how it goes because we do embellish some stuff live nowadays, since we're pretty removed from the first album time wise. So we'd have added stuff to certain songs live. So I'm trying to still figure out if we're gonna do the cool transitions and stuff that we do at our normal live show for this. But we're definitely excited to play them for sure. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time, and hopefully a party. I think the new album's got enough Sonics to get people dancing.
Yeah, I mean that's a it's a good spot too. It's a good spot,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
no, we're
and
very excited.
that should be a big weekend in Scranton for music. It's the same weekend as the Electric City Music Awards or
yeah,
conference rather.
yeah. This guy over here forgot to sign us up for the Electric City Music Conference, um, and yeah, we didn't. I didn't realize that our show would land the same day when we got the show. We got the show, I think. What was it, like the beginning of June? So
Yeah,
we've been
something like
planning for
that.
that, and then the music conference started showing up on my feed, and I was like, should have done that, but maybe next year. We'd like to do it next year. I'm thinking of maybe going out and seeing some of the performances on the 12th before we do our show. Since our show isn't till 7 anyways, so I could probably catch like a couple.
Yeah,
If you want to go too, it's all right. We could probably just scope out some of the scenes, maybe the V
Yeah,
spot. But
yeah, no, check it out.
and I think if I saw correctly, you guys are up for some awards this year.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah, no,
cool.
that's surreal.
We're up for best duo, and it's pretty steep competition to be very honest with you. So I mean, we're happy to be nominated. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an honor just to be nominated.
Yeah.
We feel like the best duo, but I even we actually know Look Back Luna that when they were Look Back duo, we
Hmm.
played a show with them on St. Patty's Day. They do a really good cover of Blister in the Sun
Hmm.
by the Violent Femmes.
Yeah, no, they were
Um,
great.
yeah, they were fun. So I mean, but yeah, we're happy to be nominated, man. It's cool that the city's giving us some love, and it goes both ways. We love playing Scranton. It's really cool and Wilkes-Barre and everywhere. So
It's
yeah.
my favorite weekend of the year. Because obviously, as you know, I do the show on the weekend, uh, the Popko Project Radio Experience, where I feature the artists that are from our area,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and I don't get out as much as I would like to these days, with two young children at home and a wife and all that, and it's just it's hard to get out. So
Of course.
this is like my one weekend of the year that I try and I go to the award ceremonies and am able to like just kind of meet some of the people that I play on the radio. It's just a great time on Thursday, maybe Thursday the 11th at the V Spot. Um, this is a great night. Everyone's very supportive of each other, and it's a great time. And then obviously the performances that night, as well as Friday, Saturday, the 12th and 13th. It's just a great weekend in Scranton to walk around, and fingers crossed the weather's nice. People can walk from place to place, or it's just a short drive from downtown to down at Voodoo. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully,
that'd be awesome.
yeah,
yeah.
it'd be pretty cool. Absolutely.
So
Um, Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm super excited. I always love seeing our local acts play because especially live. Like live really lights a fire under most of the bands in this area. They just really have a fun time with it, and it's just cool to see. You know.
I always say that I would put this area up against any other city in the country as far as the local scene's concerned.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of the talent. I mean, there's so many talented musicians and artists, and you guys are obviously a part of that too. Like, what does it mean to you guys to be part of that, all that? Like, this is a great scene. This is a great, talented, and supportive scene.
it's it's really hard to put into words. I mean, for one, it's always a good time to meet somebody new. I actually talking about the radio experience. I mean, meeting people that I've shared airtime with is like really fun because, like, oh hey, I just got into your song off of the radio experience. I belong to. It's really cool. Everyone in the scene. I mean, it's a very nice scene. I haven't had too
Oh,
many
yeah.
bad experiences meeting people. Everyone here seems to be very like humble.
Mhm.
It's like it's about the music, and that's just a good thing all around. That's what we're
Yeah,
here for, right?
and I would say what's cool too is it's just a bit like there's a real sense of community that I think is very lacking in other places. And just having these incredibly like talented artists like come up and be like, "Oh, we loved your guys' stuff." Like people who are up there being like, "I'm like, you can do that with music? That's insane. What?" And they're coming up being like, "We really liked your stuff." It's like that's just cool, and people are very welcoming. And I don't think we've had a single bad encounter. It's a really great scene to be a part of.
Not for nothing. All the shows I've been to, like from any local shows, like they tend to be really excellent shows, at least. And I'm
Mhm.
not saying maybe there's some duds that I'm missing, but I every time I go out, I have a good time.
It wasn't always like that, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, like early 2000s and maybe before that. I don't know. I wasn't involved in it much or if at all. But early 2000s, mid 2000s, it was very cutthroat. It was very the bands had like a chip on their shoulder, so to speak. Like every band thought that like um they should be an opening act for whatever, or this band is better than that band. It was very I don't want to say,
Competitive.
Mm.
yeah, I guess you could say competitive. It was kind of more aggressive than that, I feel like, because I mean, again, I was part of it all, and when used to work at the Weekender, this is when the Weekender was uh, a force to be reckoned with. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it or not.
Mm.
In its like heyday, it was if an artist got the cover of the Weekender that week, there would be some kind of animosity sometimes. Oh, I can't believe they got the cover. Like that should be us or whatever it might be. It was strange. I mean, I like that kind of that edge to a degree. I mean, I grew up in a life where I watched Michael Jordan, just murder people,
Just
you
yeah,
know,
just absolute massacre.
So it's
Yeah.
like I get it. So I can appreciate it because like yeah, you want to be the best, and if you don't think you're the best, like how far is that going to get you? I mean, obviously you want to be, you want to have that confidence, but also you kind of have to have that humble side of you too. So what I'm saying is it's very much more of a collaborative scene these days. It's much more uplifting and it's also very different. I mean, you guys as a band, I'm sure it's there's not a lot of places to play like there was 20 years ago. Um, so it's important to like realize that you're all in it together and you're all struggling to a
Mhm.
degree, it's
Yeah,
tough.
That's the truth of it.
certainly.
I'd really rather not ignore the fact of the matter because it feels kind of silly, especially even in these times. It's still kind of you can let your phone dictate what you think so easily, and stuff like that. I feel like uh, remembering that we are all really in this together, that this is kind of we're all doing the same thing. and we could all just enjoy each other's company while we're here, before whatever happens, or maybe nothing might happen. It feels like it should be, not to say competition is not necessary. Like, I think competition is a healthy thing.
Hmm.
I just think that I think that if it clouds your judgment, you're just gonna kind of be no fun for anybody, for a system that isn't in play anymore. Like, the way the record industry works doesn't is not the way it was in like the 70s and 80s anymore. So, like, why are we gonna try and claw each other's throat for something that was a story, at this point?
Well said. Yep.
Hmm.
Let's all make it together. And honestly, I my personal, at least like how I see success, one of my favorite artists is Prince. He was always talented and his music was pretty much great out the gate. But what helped him to get to Purple Rain, let's make a movie, was he started helping other people make music and working with other people. And Minneapolis itself became a scene in of itself. Funnily enough, we from a YouTuber we watch, we found out the guy who made Funky Town was singing about Minneapolis, and then he left to find Funky Town, and then Minneapolis became the funkiest town of all time. So it's like that's really the parable for me. Is you kind of want to be more like Prince than guy who made Funky Town.
He has a great
I hear he's
descriptor of
doing
how
good
he
though.
he has a great descriptor of how he wrote the song, where he says, "Well, I went to the studio and I wrote the song, and that's it.
That's the end of the
That's
story.
all he's got."
Yeah. I kind of got away from the album release show a little
Well,
bit.
that's fine.
Um,
It happens with us.
no, it's I don't want to. I still want to touch on you mentioned a merch raffle.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What does that look like for
So
the party, the show?
so I can take the lead on that one. Um, so we want to give back to our wonderful fans and everybody who's been supporting us. So we're going to be raffling off a few items. We are going to be doing two CD copies of the album, which we will also sign. We're also going to be doing a bundle, which has the blanket as seen on PA Live. That was a big hit with the host there.
It's a
Um,
blanket.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's in the wash right now. Unfortunately, I just took it
Uh,
camping with us, but it is
I forget which
it's
of the
so comfy.
three.
are you
I forget
giving
which
away
of
that?
the three.
Are you giving away that blanket, the one that's in the wash right now, the one that you took
Yeah.
No,
camping?
I don't.
no,
I
sadly
mean,
that's a biohazard. But so we'll be giving
That's
away
back there.
two bundles, which include that a nice like pint glass with our logo on it, and a set of playing cards, which fits with the casino theme of
Right.
album two.
That's
Yeah, and
cool.
then and one more thing, I almost forgot the biggest thing. I was saving it for last. We will also be raffling off a two vinyl copies of the album. They won't be done in time for the show, so we won't have them there. But once they're done, we will sign them and send them off. Or if we see our fans in person before them, we'll just hand them off. And that's really cool. We have tested this out with album one, which this was also on our PA Live spot. We have a really nice vinyl of it, which will actually be released on the 2 year anniversary of our first album, which is on October 31st, Halloween. So that you can pre-order that. We will put the link on our website at some point.
Nice. Uh, any cool vinyl? Is it just a black vinyl, or did you guys do color?
it It is just a black vinyl. We went with elastic stage, and they sadly that's one area where they don't have a lot of selection, but it is quality vinyl. It's very like it's sturdy. A lot of vinyl's flimsy these days. And you get like a lot of options. You get like a full color booklet.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
the the final one has a slightly different booklet, but the pages and stuff are basically the same, and you can see they got lyrics there.
That's awesome. I am like anti-vinyl.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh
really?
no.
Uh,
Take us back. We got to
oh,
start over.
no, 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 no. I'm anti-vinyl in the sense that like I don't it doesn't sound better than in my opinion, it doesn't sound better than a CD, for instance. And it's big, it's bulky. So for that reason, I'm out. No,
Ah, damn it.
but
Well, Mr. Wonderful, would you like to?
no, but I love vinyl because of what you just showed, and it has that big, beautiful, colorful art. That's
Mhm.
like, and that's what was one of my favorite things about buying CDs was, pulling out the liner notes and things like that and going through all the art that was in there. So now, as vinyl, it's on a bigger scale. So I really like that. I just can't.
It is very inconvenient. I was just talking with my fiance about this the other day that like before we could get to the point where it's like you just insert it like you would a CD and you don't even need to flip it. Like before we got to that point, we were just like, here's CDs, they're better. So
Yeah.
let's, and now we go back to it because it has that retro appeal. I personally, I love the cracks of vinyl. I love that it is sonically it's different.
Yeah.
I do like that element of it. Hearing the cracks like just authentically on our music, some a thing that I will often add artificially. Little secret sauce there. There you go. Just hearing them naturally on it, it's like it was a
It's
good
kind of cool.
feeling. But I can totally agree with your overall assessment. I was just saying the other day that like we never made it more convenient. We just found something else.
Well, it's funny when I used to buy CDs, I would take them home and I would put them on my computer and then I would transfer them to my iPod. This was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love still buying CDs, but like it wasn't convenient in it wasn't the 90s where you had those big books and just like pages and pages of
Oh
these.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
I
fun.
don't even know
But I
where you
mean, that was
find those
fun.
anymore.
That was fun. I mean, those were days I'll never forget. Like there was never a better moment. And I say this a lot too. It's like, kids don't get in a car these days and just drive with no real destination. Yeah, it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
serial killers really put a damper on that one.
yeah, but that's like
But no, I agree. I agree with
that's
what you're
part of
saying.
my
It's kind of
childhood
sad.
that I'm very fond of. Like I just have the greatest memories of just laughing with my buddies in the car, listening to whatever. CD roulette at that point.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and we've lost that, and it's such a you know it's a weird feeling having all this music at our fingertips. It's a great thing, right? And I'll get into this, like is finding new artists and things like that. It's an amazing tool in that sense, but it's so I can't think of the word I'm trying to use here, but it's just so like
Streamlined.
not streamlined. That's not the word I'm trying to use. It's just more. There's no connection.
it's artificial.
There's no intention. Like think about going through those CD books and like you had to go through it. You had to read the name. You had to see the visual art on the CD cover. Like it was just so much more intentional than it is now.
Hmm.
It's just like now it's just a thing that we're swiping, we're scrolling, it just kind of I don't know. It's just I wish I could think of the word I'm trying to use. I can't fucking think of it.
I
But
definitely feel it though, like
yeah,
it
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of it. Um, I always try, I don't try, it's kind of like a subconscious thing, but like whenever I get into an artist, I do always intentionally go for like album or what they intend. I normally go for what they intended to put out, I guess is a better idea behind it. But there is something a little social media-ish about the whole thing. And I think that I don't know, we kind of want to bring back something a little more like, hey, rock with us a second, hey, listen, listen to this. Hey, this song's pretty good. Let's try the next one,
Hmm.
Um, and a lot of my favorite artists still kind of do that. I listen to like Eve Toomer and like that whole album, like their last album was like front to back. Like I enjoyed listening to it, A through Z. Um, but there is something a little weird. Although on the flip side, when I finally got into my dad's CD collection, what was tough about that is he had a bunch of them in a booklet he lost. So like, um, I remember being shocked that he was into like the Chili Peppers Californication. I'm like, oh my god! And I opened the CD and there's no CD because the
yeah,
booklet's lost. And I'm like,
damn. Yeah.
All right, that's gone.
That's
I
why
think that's where my Beatles CDs are right now. They're in a CD wallet, and I don't know where it is.
yeah, that's why I keep all my whole collection. I said, it's in a spare bedroom. I really haven't touched it since I moved last 5 years ago. My hope is that one day that my son or daughter come across it and kind of just get curious and dig through it.
Yeah, I actually did that with my nephew because he's super enamored with the CD, the masks and the music in general. He was very excited. He actually was in the car during the first time you played Rebel on the
Nice.
radio experience, and he was flipping. So he wanted I had given him a CD, and he didn't have a CD player, so we got him a CD player, and now he's been on a little bit of a CD thing. Not that my brother has a lot of CDs, but like I'll bring him like a Guns N' Roses CD and be like, yeah, you know,
I'm gonna
sneak
ask
it to him.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm not asking this to set you up to pat me on the back in any kind of way. Um, but like, what was it like to hear your song on the radio? Because radio, obviously, unfortunately, because I mean, it's the industry I work in. That's what pays my bills. It's not what it was 20 years ago. I think it still has a place in the media, and I think it's still a powerful medium. Um, if I didn't think that, I wouldn't be working in it. But I mean, what was it like to hear your song on the radio?
I mean, surreal to start.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess,
It
yeah.
adds an air of legitimacy. I would say to like it's one thing to these days to get your music on the internet, but to like still have that like to like get something on the radio that just feels so much more like official. And so it was just really really cool, honestly.
Yeah, and it was cool to hear like what radio kind of does to an existing song in terms of sonics. Like it's not very pronounced, but like there's a bit of like a sonic oomph that like hearing a song through the radio through like a kind of static wave kind of brings to the song. So like I was very interested in like Rebel kind of sounded a little tougher. Like the drums kind of slapped a little different, and I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
it's just it's a lot of fun to hear, but at the same time, you're kind of trying to still parse like, oh, that's me. Yeah.
That's what it
Um,
was with the little stinger we did where we got my voice doing the hot fuzz line where it's like my here comes the fuzz, like
Yeah.
hearing that like with that distortion and stuff. I pitched myself down a little bit, sure, but it's still it I was like that's oh my I sound like that, okay.
I think what's cool about radio, and this is not something I kind of, you know, quoted or came up with. A friend of mine did. He said it's cool. The radio is cool because there's people who are also listening to it at the same exact time.
Hmm.
There's thousands of listeners who are like also
there's
tuned in.
there's a sense of like I don't know if temporal is the right word to use here. It's a big word, but like it's like that is kind of a connection in and of itself, and that's really cool to think like I was listening to the song while my family were listening to the song. And they were
Hmm.
excited, and they were like, "Oh, you hearing that?" It's kind of like that. It's like that. Even to in, it's we're very technologically advanced. It still feels like that scene from That Thing You Do,
Hmm.
where they finally get the song on the radio and they're like running down the street trying to turn on all the radios in the store and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time. We really appreciate that you put us on because yeah, we
Yeah.
really wanted we weren't even sure that it would like happen. So to have it happen so early on was really fun. Yeah.
I had a guy that I played last week. His name is John Bauer. He's more of a country artist. And his family was at a party, and they actually put up this like a big speaker, and they were all around the speaker, and they were listening to it. And his kids were like, "Daddy, that's you." And it was just like it like melted
Hmm.
my heart. It's like, I always
Aw.
get down about myself. It's like that. No one's listening. No one cares. Like it's on. typically it was on a Saturday night, but we also host the Rail Rider, so sometimes it gets bumped to Sundays. So it's kind of whatever. But like no one's listening, no one cares. Like, but moments like that, like it's just like okay, this is cool. Like this is. I hope this matters a little bit because you know you can get a little down with the way things are, and people are like, oh, no one listens to radio. It's all Spotify. It's all Pandora. It's all whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
It's an interesting time we live in because there has to be like a winner in a situation where like art and mediums can share and occupy space together. It doesn't really have to be either or, in certain ways. Like a lot of people do love CDs, but it's inconvenient to a degree. So they do, Spotify, but people like collecting CDs. We've sold quite a bit of them for what it's worth,
yeah,
because it's cool. It's cool to have. There's art involved, you know. There's
it's
always going to
physical.
be
Yeah,
there's always going to be like tangibility. Surprisingly, still it goes a long way because there's certain things you can't feel, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
sometimes that's good, but you know,
that's as you can see here, I have quite an affinity for physical media. And like the thing that I keep coming back to these days is so often because things keep getting more expensive, you got to go with like an ad version of something that used to have no ads on it. And just like I'll get to like the first ad break of watching a movie, like just for convenience sake, I put on a movie that like, oh, it's on HBO Max. I own it, but it's on HBO Max right in front of me. And then I go to play it. I get to like the first commercial break, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. And then I run to my Blu-ray shelf here, and I put in, and this is the story of how I most recently watched Godzilla versus Kong. So it's like it's not a movie that you want like to space to think about things. It's
right.
like just get it to the end, please. Um, but that's the thing I keep coming back to is the things that we used to I don't want to say take for granted, but just accept as part of everyday life that like you could go to the store, you could buy something, you could physically have something, and then you own it. And no one can come into your house and take it away from you, provided you're not using it to do a crime. Um, but yeah, like you just had it and you didn't have to keep paying somebody month after month to like continue to use it. Like you're just like, I bought this, it is mine now, instead of like every month being like, could I listen to my music, Mr. Spotify, please?
Mm.
I think we've lost a little bit of that. So it's cool to, in our own way, do what we can to sort of keep that out there.
Yeah, that's like that. You never know when your last sleepover is going to be, or your last whatever it's
sesh
going to
with the
be.
gaming bros.
Yeah,
That's always a
exactly,
rough one.
exactly.
Last
Yeah, or
Xbox Live sesh.
yeah, or your last bike ride with your buddies, and like you see those on the internet all the time, and it really makes you think, like, wow, like you're right. I didn't like. I had a great childhood. Like I never took anything for granted. Like I wish I can go back. I wish the times were like that again, where my kids were growing up like that. Um, but yeah, you never know. It just kind of disappears.
Yeah, it's so odd.
Yeah. I like what
And
you said
just
though about
explaining. No, you go ahead. I didn't have anything.
no, no. I just like how you said how you own something and you can watch it whenever you want. It's not like you're paying a monthly fee to do so.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the hardest thing to explain to future generations. It's like, yeah, maybe it's a little inconvenient. You got to open this thing up, you got to put it in a CD player, but like in the long term, no one can take that from you.
Yeah.
Also, with CDs, especially, you can just put it on your computer and then you have it.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be so hard to explain to people. Like you used to just, you could own things, you didn't have to rent them.
Well, I think that's where we're going as a society. Like, no one wants, they don't want us to own anything. They want us to rent everything. And that goes as like, as far down as like owning a home versus
Oh,
renting
yeah.
an apartment.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh
don't want
yeah.
us to own anything. They want us to rent it.
hmm It's
Yep.
also easier to like revise stuff when there's not like a concrete proof. Like a book has he wrote it, he put it out. Maybe there's a second edition, but the first edition still exists. I think one of the most endearing thing about artists that I love, like, the greats, even, like Bowie, James Brown. There's like blemish periods in any of their catalogs, and they wear them proudly. And it feels like while they're larger than life, they're also still human at the same time. And I feel like nowadays you can like take a whole album off of like Spotify, and no, that didn't happen. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you know, artists can put out like mixtapes and then be like, I didn't do that. Especially if they get like washed in a rap beef, they'll just like, oh,
Yep.
Yep.
get back.
That never happened.
That never happened. Yeah.
That's I there used to have to be a lot more intentionality in that respect, and that like you had to be like, this is going out to the public. I really got to make sure it's what I want it to be. Um, and I think we've lost that a sense, because you could be like, I'll half-ass it, and then I think video games are a great example. It's like the game's not done, but we'll release it now and we'll fix it over the next 10 years.
Right.
Or not.
Or yeah, not.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah. It's a wild time. I always say this is not the world my parents told me about when I was a little kid.
Right. So
Good
it's a bit
stuff.
interesting.
But what are we gonna do? We're
Yeah,
a,
we
we're
got
a couple
AI
of
La Boo Boo Matcha.
yeah, we're a bunch of
Ah,
nobodies from Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania,
oh yeah.
Yeah. We don't control the world. We just get to live in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who are you guys listening to right now? Just give me one artist.
Hmm. Um,
I'm so bad on the spot. Let me pull up my Spotify.
yeah, I can lead. New would be a artist called Eve Toomer. They started off as kind of like this experimental sort of ambient industrial, but then they like morphed into this kind of rock god thing on later albums, and they make like this like sensual rock and roll kind of thing going on, and they're really really good. They have an album called Heaven to a Tortured Mind that I think is friggin' sick. So I'd highly recommend it.
Okay.
I'll give three answers. A local,
Jesus,
uh,
three. I'm
just because
kidding.
I want to highlight
I'm kidding. I'm
a
kidding.
local act, Peach Polaroid. I love their stuff. Please put more stuff on streaming when you're ready. When you think it's perfect, but they're great. Um, and I have been rediscovering my love of Dr. Dog, classic Philly act.
Hmm.
Uh, Great stuff. I don't think they're currently making music together, but I hope they do it again in the future. And then for newer artists, or they've been around a while, but I've been really getting into them lately. Magdalena Bay, their stuff is great.
Yeah, they're really good. They did a good cover of Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. Like towards the end, he just the guitarist just like he was playing bass for most of the song, and then he loops the bass at the last minute, and it just starts ripping on guitar. It's really good. So it's a
Nice.
really good cover.
Yeah, no, they're
I
they're
think
great.
Peach Polaroid plays at Beer Boys in Wilkes-Barre a lot. And I don't know if they were nominated for an award or they're playing one of the nights. It's the Electric City Music Conference. I forget, but
Oh, nice.
I think
Glad to see them.
I
Glad to
think
see them again. They're
yeah.
super. They're all sweethearts. They're some of the nicest. We played a show with them at Union Vapors in February. It was the one day that it was icy everywhere.
Oh, that was a
Um,
nightmare.
it was a great show, but it was barely anyone could come out because I mean the roads were dangerous, very
My
dangerous.
fiance, so we live in Binghamton, which is a bit of a walk, a bit of a drive for
Oh, geez, yeah,
Scranton, and she always loves to come to the shows, but she got about halfway down the highway and she's like, I love you, I can't do it.
yeah, fair.
Yeah,
I rather,
Gus the Savage was also on that show, and he showed up to the show like 30 minutes before the show was supposed to go on because there was a traffic jam on 81 because someone slipped, which hopefully everyone was all right. But
yeah,
yikes.
yeah. I've been listening nonstop for the past month to PD USA.
Oh, okay.
Not familiar?
No.
What type of
Oh,
art
I don't
is
even know how to
this?
describe it. It's I you have to listen to it. I think like hearing your music and kind of hearing your thoughts on music and the creative process. PD USA. Listen to it. The album he just released it, I think in June or July this year. This is not his first one, but it's the album is titled The Yips, and the song The Yips is fucking incredible. Um, this bucket of water, um, breathing the same air is an incredible song. I wish I knew how to describe it. It's like alternative, indie. Some of it's weird. Like, all of his like internet content is like very like funny in a bizarre kind of way. It check him out. I think you'll dig
Sounds
it.
like our kind of guy, honestly.
No, like
I
I'm
know.
telling you, I think this is like one of your new favorite artists.
I listened to
Nice.
just a second here, and I like what I hear. I mean, I have to delve more into this.
Yeah, it's really yeah, the yips, breathing the same air, uh bucket of water, this bucket of water, and Model Train Town are like my four favorites from that album. The whole thing front to back is awesome, and even his older stuff's good too. He just I think he just opened for Zach fuck's his name? Is it Zach Brown maybe? No.
Zach Brown Band.
No. I'm
Zach
fucking
Bryan.
Zach Bryan. That's it. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah,
I should
he's humorly he's funny. It just yeah, it's just he's awesome. Check him out.
From the little bit I heard, he sounds a little like there's a guy called Nick Lutzko
Okay.
who does a lot of like comedy songs, but his serious music seriously underappreciated, often about the things he makes joke songs about, but from a more serious lens of like
Yeah.
how did we get here in the world? What are we doing? Um, and I liked that because I like a lot of his stuff, very underappreciated, like I said. So I'm gonna have to also listen to this. You've given me a new fascination.
Yeah, the yips like sonically it's just like I'm like what is going on in this song? But it all fucking works. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I like it.
nice.
But
Yeah.
well, listen, it's getting late on
Mhm.
what day is today? Wednesday. It's almost 10:30. We're an hour and a half into it. I have some like rapid fire questions for you, and then we'll wrap things up. I don't want to keep you up too late.
Yeah,
I don't
no
All
know.
worries.
right.
I don't know if you have
Yeah, let's
work in the
do it.
morning and shit like that, but
I do, but they said I could come in late because I got to do stuff later in the day, so it's
there you
fine.
go. All right. First concert you ever went to?
Oh,
Oh wow.
um,
Blur. They reunited in 2015, and that was pretty good.
it
Courtney Barnett on the same bill.
might have been there's a band I believe some of them are still in a different band, but Survey Says, ska punk band that used to play a lot in Stroudsburg. I think that one of theirs. No, sorry, I remember now. It was Real Big Fish. Before them, it was Real Big Fish.
Okay.
Oh no. First concert I was 5. It was Dougie Fresh, who's famous for his work with Slick Rick. He did Lottie Dottie in full. It was really fun.
Okay. Now I think I know Mari's answer to this, but dream artist you'd love to collaborate with could be living or dead.
Hmm. Bowie.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Prince is
That's
cool, but Prince
Yeah, I thought it was
is
Prince.
just as much of a perfectionist as me, and we wouldn't get along, I don't think. At least
Okay.
working. I think musically we get along, but
mm,
Bowie is a different level of creative, you know.
That's fair.
Oh yeah.
this is going to be a left of center one, given what our music sounds like. But Paul Simon,
Okay.
love Paul Simon.
That's
Great
cool.
writer.
Favorite 90s band or artist?
Red Hot Chili Peppers for me.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Mm,
I break
that is
everybody's heart with that one. But you can tell in my playing, if you come out live, you'll hear it like damn near immediately.
Okay.
uh it been delving into more of their stuff lately, so I'd have to say I really like Fastball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, dude.
they had so much more than just the way, which is like growing
So
up. I'm
much
like the
more.
way is great, but like yeah, no, they were a great act. And
Fire Escape.
Semisonic's really good too.
Yeah. Fire Escape from
Mhm.
Fastball. What's the other one on that album? It was really good. I just saw them actually
Oh,
about a
really?
month and a half ago. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no, they were great.
I'm a fan of the Chili Peppers up until like 2000.
If you say six, it's completely understandable, dude.
I
Like
was so
I know who I'm fans with.
six that's pushing it like '03 and be like and back were like the peak.
Yeah, I my current like because I don't have a lot of space on my phone, but like I have What Hits, which is all their 80s stuff, like the compilation of their best 80s stuff. Then it's Blood Sugar, then it's Californication, then it's By the Way, and I just cut it off. I don't like Danny California.
Yeah.
I love them. Danny California's not my jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting born in the state of Mississippi.
I don't know what it is. I just I mean yeah, '03, the Zephyr song was great. But Under the
Venice
Bridge.
Queen. Venice Queen is a beautiful song off that
Okay.
album. It
Yeah.
closes out perfectly on the whole like rehab, like kind of what he's writing about in rehab. He ends it on a note of gratitude. And it
Mm.
feels like the last intentional thing they did, where it wasn't just kind of like, let's just see what happens. I'm being too much of a fan at this point, but like
No, it's good.
Venice
That's
Queen, if you want to hear another song off that album, it's like genuinely beautiful.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Under the Bridge, hands down, is my favorite song. I have
If
so
you
many.
play if you play acoustic covers, that's a layup every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, no, they're classic runs, like undefeated. I feel similarly about Green Day. Like, love their early stuff, and then
Yeah.
like American Idiot onward just did not work for me. Even
Yeah.
their attempts to sort of call back to that era just hasn't worked for me personally. Still insanely talented artists, but like that, I they have yet to make a song that kicks as much ass for me as Hitchin' a Ride off
Oh yeah.
I think Nimrod. That's
Nimrod,
just
yeah.
that's such a kick-ass song.
Favorite venue you've ever played?
Hmm.
Hmm. For me
Uh,
personally, it's a toss-up between Voodoo and Union Vapors. Those were both really fun,
yeah.
even though our show at Union wasn't ideal weather-wise. Amazing
It was a
venue, very
fun
cool
show.
people.
It was
Yeah.
genuinely a fun show. Everyone put on like a really good show. Running in Floor Boys and Running in Flip Flops, we met them at that show, and they're really fun live, like genuinely. Um, yeah, it's a toss up between those two because they're both really good venues in their own right for kind of different reasons. But shout out to everybody there, Josh from Voodoo and definitely Ken. Ken's awesome. Todd, from Union Vapors. They're both genuinely very nice dudes.
Nice.
Hmm.
Now, you kind of alluded to the fact that, making music is not your full-time gig at the moment. So I'm gonna ask a question. Don't answer it saying what you currently do, but if you weren't making music, what would you be doing instead?
It's a
You have
great
to take the lead
question.
on this one. It's sorry. Um,
So, I mean, I do have many other pursuits. There's many film projects I would like to get underway that I'm been dragging my feet on for a little bit. We made a tie-in single for one of my movies, and that movie took many years to make. So, kind of dragging my feet on getting more film work done, or I'd be finishing a novel I wrote that Mari has been so gracious enough to help me edit. And as you can see by the fact it's not released yet, we get busy. So I'd probably finish that first.
fair. That's a really tough question because I music seems to be kind of the only thing I genuinely like. Although I've taken up a little bit of a knack of cooking lately. Maybe I'd be like, I don't know, some kind of like sous chef, maybe even a chef in my own right. If I had to put my mind to something else, it'd probably be that. The
Okay.
workflow kind of is a little similar to music. If you
Okay.
can kind
Mari's
of,
meatball subs.
yeah. I'd do a fat sandwich shop. You know what? That would be it. That's a gift to all college kids is a fat sandwich shop.
Hmm.
I've got some ideas up that alley. I won't tell them. I won't say it on air here.
Yeah, don't give away the sauce early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just keep
not
to
yet.
myself forever till I die. I'll do
Or
nothing.
or you make it. Or you
Yeah, I
make it.
know. I know. I know. If I didn't have two kids, a wife, a mortgage, and all that kind of shit, I'd probably just let it roll. But that ties your hands down.
Fair.
Yeah, but good reasons to have your
Yeah.
hands tied.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe one day. One day.
I don't know, retirement plan. That'd be kind of cool.
All right, and the new title of the title of the new album is "The House Always Wins." One word to. I love how you're so
I pulled it out of the box.
Every
I had to
time.
use it.
every you without fail, dude. Like every time, you just, one word to describe "The House Always Wins."
um, hmm.
It's funny because I
uh,
had three. I had three,
Use
unfortunately.
three. Use three. I don't care.
Okay. Um, the first three that came to mind are Beware the Deal. That's where I go with that. There's also Vegas is everywhere. So pick your three.
Okay.
if I had to distill it down to a little soundbite, I'd say luck is a double-edged sword.
Mm, I like that.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
pretty cool.
Well, guys,
It fits.
thank you. This has been great.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we finally did this. I've been, like I said, I've been meaning to reach out for a while now. Shout out to Robert, aka the Onion from Kitchen Teeth,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Our
Bobby
boy,
for
Bones.
yeah, Mr. Bobby
connecting
Bones
us.
himself.
Yeah, connecting us a little bit. Um, I'm excited for the release of your new album. Best of luck at the release show, the
Yeah,
album
thank you.
release show. Voodoo Brewing, September 12th. You said that 7 starts.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. Merch raffle, all kinds of fun stuff. 2 album performance from Atari Mari.
Yep.
You can stream
Yep.
the music everywhere right now. You can get it. I'm sure there's a merch link somewhere, or you can contact the band to purchase their current
We got
offerings.
Linktree. We got
Yep.
the website, atariandmari.com.
We got it
However you want to
everywhere.
find
Oh,
us.
and I will say real quick, I did want to bring this up. Totally forgot now. We have our first music video coming out soon, so that will be up on our website and our YouTube and all that stuff soon as well.
And that's important because you've done a lot of visualizers, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
So this
Oh
is
yeah.
an actual video.
Yep.
We
The very
shot it.
wonderful Nick Christatello shot it with us here in Binghamton, and he did great work. It came out. I don't want to spoil too much. It just came out so cool. He showed it to me today, and we're so excited.
Yeah,
That's
we're really
awesome.
hyped to release it. He did fantastic work on it.
And what song is that for?
Check it
Check
anytime
out
you
anytime you
like.
like.
Okay, very cool.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Well, guys, thank you so much. Best of luck with everything. If there's anything I could ever do for you, please, by all means, let me know. I'm a huge fan. And hopefully, I see you guys live sooner than later.
Oh yeah, we got to make it
Certainly.
happen.
I mean, the
Yeah,
chances
definitely.
the chance is September 12th at Voodoo Brewing in Scranton. So hopefully, I don't blow it. But
In the event of so, we'll have plenty of other shows. We'll make sure to send you a personal invite.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll get you next time.
Looking forward to it. Well, guys, again, best of luck, and I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks so much.
All right.
Thank
See
you
you.
so much. Yeah.
See you.